Hello, good morning, Mary.
Hi, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you very much. So, story time with Mary. How and why did this start?
So, we've been in lockdown since the 13th of March. Well, personally, I've been at home since the 13th of March. I've got two very small children. So, I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Okay.
And I also work full-time. So, I've been trying to educate them at home, but while working at home as well. And it's been really tough. And I realised that this must be really difficult for other parents too. So I wanted to start something that could just support parents, much like myself, with reading children a bedtime story.
Okay, so that's basically how it started. How easy has it been? And I want to find out if, first of all, you are a teacher. Maybe that's why it was easy to come up with this idea. Are you a teacher, first of all?
I'm not, no. I actually work full-time for an asset management firm. So I actually work in digital marketing. So I'm not a teacher.
So then this must be difficult for you.
It really is, yeah. So with these two young children at home, and they've been at home for 10 weeks, it's been really difficult. So I wanted to, I read them a bedtime story every night. And I thought, how lovely would it be to do that for other parents?
And okay, so you've been doing this for what? Since March?
Since March, about 4 weeks now.
You decided to add other children as well. How are you able to gather those children, and what's it like? Because your children may be totally different from other children. And so whereas your children may want to sit and listen to mommy read, some children may not necessarily do that. So what have you been doing differently?
Exactly. So it's actually recorded. So we have a YouTube channel. So our YouTube channel is Storytime with Mary. And then we also have a website, which is storytimewithmary.online, where I'm recording these stories. So you can read it at your leisure. So it's not that, the children have to gather around to watch a live recording.
Oh, I see.
You can read it at your leisure.
Okay. Well, I thought it was live. So what are some of the books that you read to these children? And is it tailored to suit, the UK education system?
So it's really just storybooks for preschool children. So much like my own children, the early years children between the ages of 2 and up to 5 before they start formal education. And it helps them to be able to start recognizing some letters and some words and the sounds that those letters and words make. A lot of research suggests that reading to young children actually helps to improve their social skills, their communication skills, and also just to help with brain function as well.
Okay, show us some of the books that you've been reading to these kids.
Sure. So, the first book that I started with was actually my daughter's favorite book. So my daughter absolutely loves Dougie. So we have this book, Hey Dougie, Good Night Dougie, and we were reading it pretty much on repeat every single day for about 3 weeks. And I thought, how lovely would it be to read this to other 2, 3, 4-year-olds? Because I know that my daughter absolutely loves it.
Okay, open it up. Let's see what the first page talks about. I mean, for parents who may be interested.
So, I can read you the first page.
Okay. Can you at least just show us briefly before you read what it looks like?
Sure.
Okay, so a lot of illustrations. Okay.
Yeah.
This should be interesting.
It's really helpful for young children. Yeah.
I see. What about the other books, if I may ask?
Yeah, sure. So I've got a book here called Never Touch the Sharks. And it's a touchy-feely book, so the children can, you can touch the shark's teeth and its belly, and it helps children to count. So it helps them to count up to 5.
Okay. But these kids are supposed to log online and, watch your YouTube. So what's the guarantee that they're paying attention? What's the guarantee they're not sleeping or getting busy with other things whilst this is, happening? So what do you do to capture their attention?
Exactly. So I'm very animated when I'm reading these books, and I've always been very animated, especially with my own children. And also we're showing the books as well. So we're showing the pages, the colors. It's very, very engaging. And we've had some really, really good feedback from little children, well, via their parents, of course, about how much they're enjoying Storytime with Mary.
Okay. So since you're saying you're very animated, we want to see how animated you can be whilst reading. So let's just say, because children also watch this show, so let's just say that you're reading to these children. What would it be like?
Okay, so I'm going to read you the first page of Hey Dougie, just to give you a feel of what we've been doing. So, it's a very noisy day at the clubhouse. Bang, bang, boing, boing, spin, spin. boom, boom, vroom. Dougie thinks it's time for a glass of milk. So that's the first page.
I see.
I'm sure.
Okay, that's actually very interesting. Do you have your kids also trying to, repeat some of the things that you do?
Oh, definitely. So
Yeah.
I have a 2-year-old who is going to be 3 in July, and she's been developing, but we were a bit worried about her speaking. Since she's been at home and we've been reading a lot to her,
Yeah.
she's having conversations with us, and it's amazing.
I can imagine. Now in the UK, maybe the internet connectivity is top notch. Maybe it's affordable. But here in Ghana, we're dealing with people who might have lost their jobs, already having to grapple with online tuition for their children. Now they also have to add on extra costs to log on to YouTube and listen to Storytime with Mary. That may be a difficulty. So as a parent, what advice would you give to other parents who are also looking for ways to get their children to, get engrossed in their storybooks and read, whether by the parents themselves or the children?
Of course, I think, reading, like I said earlier, is very, very important, especially at this young age that we're targeting, because this is how they get to understand how the words look, what they sound like, looking at the pictures to associate them with those words. It's so, so, so important. So reading to your children just once a day, a bedtime story, it really helps. And, I appreciate obviously the internet connection may be, not the same as it is in the UK. However, what we've done here is we've tried to support the teachers. So we know that, in Ghana, we've been in lockdown since the 16th of March. And I know that schools are slowly, starting back up at the middle of June. However, we can't, the teachers have done a great job, and we're so grateful to what the teachers do for our children. And just since being at home, I completely lay my hat down to the teachers, and I really appreciate what they do. But we need to support them with that. So any little bit that we can do in supporting them to educate our children is really helpful.
Okay, do you provide some training for parents as well on the side, just in case they also want to be as animated or find fun ways to read?
I haven't, but that's a really great idea.
Okay, so you owe me for that idea. So once I start seeing that you're raking in the money, then I'm going to come and charge you. But Mary Coomson, it's been a pleasure reading with you and even talking to you about story time with Mary. And we wish you the best. And how do people log in if they also want to be a part of Storytime with Mary?
Yeah, sure. So we have a YouTube channel, which if you go on YouTube and you just type in Storytime with Mary, I should come up. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have a website, which is storytimewithmary.online. So Storytime with Mary is one word and then .online. And I just had one last thing to say, Bella. Thank you so much for this. And, the one challenge that we do have is that we don't have endless amounts of books. We don't have endless books. So if there are any authors of books that are watching this, we would really, really appreciate it if you wanted to partner with us to go ahead and read your books.
All right. Thank you so much, Mary, and all the best. And so we've been speaking to Mary Coomson, who starts a Storytime with Mary.